Welcome back to the Community Roundtable. Today we're talking about one of my favorite subjects, the arts. And we've got some great guests here to talk all about the arts. And I'm going to get started right away and talk about how do you think the arts support student success in all areas? Let's go to our middle school teacher, Karen.
Well, in my years of experience teaching middle school, I have found that as we are practicing our choir music, we are developing skills in all sorts of other areas as well. So we're talking about teamwork and cooperation. We're talking about goal setting and then being able to incrementally achieve those goals. We're talking also about being able to carry ourselves with good posture and breathing, and that those breathing skills can really translate into regulating our physical and our emotional health. And so in all other areas, these arts can support.
I love that. And let's switch over to the college perspective of students in arts.
So I teach art appreciation. So I'm basically teaching history through the arts, and that's, right there, just it goes right into the arts are facilitating this education on history itself. So there's history, there's culture, so that is all indicated in the different types of artwork. We have music, theater, dance, choir, all of those aspects make up our civilization. And so that's one that I feel very heavily that the arts support growth in history. And they need to see more pictures. We're visual people, so.
Absolutely, I love that. That's what I always say. It impacts so much from life to business. Teaches, it educates, it trains, it teaches grit and determination. I love the arts.
Yeah, how do you guys feel that training in the arts would prepare you for any career? How do you feel it impacts students when they just are taking arts training but really aren't focused in the arts?
So my perspective on that is one of the things I talk about in my class is you can't have a creative, new, and innovative idea without having that creative idea. So where are you getting that creative idea if you're just regurgitating everything that you've already learned? So that creativity you're learning from the act of creating artwork is offering you the opportunity to expand on, bigger and better new ideas and, being successful in your career.
And maybe more original ideas, right? Because they're actually conceptualizing.
Exactly. We wouldn't have the Tesla light bulb if we just regurgitated all of, the science that built up to that point.
So how does investing in the arts, or why should someone invest in the arts for job training and things like that? What do you think?
So first off, when you're supporting your local arts organizations, whether it's the local choir, theater group, art museum, arts council, those programs are open for artists to work with. So they're getting their on-site training and they're able to participate in the programs to continue training. You're also going to have your interconnectedness with that group. So, there's going to be mentorship with older artists that might be established and working at that industry, helping to guide, the younger artists coming in. So investing in the arts helps with that, but also there's outreach organizations like the Riverside Arts Council. We do a lot of support for artists and organizations. So, supporting your local arts agencies or councils or associations that are providing workforce training, that's going directly back into training these artists to continue the beautification of our world.
And I know you depend on Booster Club and things like that, being that we were involved in it too. So how important is it for the parents to invest in their kids that way?
So important for the whole community to invest in the kids that way. You're not going to have professional orchestras and awesome $1 million, billion-dollar movies if you don't teach them when they're in elementary and middle school, and if you don't have the parent support and that community support from the beginning, because you need those younger people to be inspired and to learn those basic skills so they can build upon them and then become those great artists that we need.
Thank you so much for being here. What a great topic. The arts, we could talk about this all day, but we're going to wrap it up today. We'll see you next time on the Roundtable.